Anne Lister was strong, funny, vulnerable.
In the area of Halifax at that time, Anne Lister was a sort of rock star figure.
Morning.
She's so full of energy, more energy than she knows what to do with.
And she was the first fairly open gay woman in society.
Miss Lister for Miss Walker. Is she in?
It's based on a real character, which is absolutely fascinating.
She's here.
She's here. Is she here?
And I don't think it's a story that a lot of people know.
But above all, she is courageous. I'll not be bullied on my own land, not by anyone. And that's what I love about her. Anne Lister was born in 1791 in Yorkshire, Halifax, and she was a diarist, a lesbian, a traveller, an entrepreneur, a self-educator, and an all-round brilliant woman.
You help this man down. Struck a pothole. The driver was torn from his seat and his arm was dislocated and shattered.
She was quite a well-to-do woman, she was landowning, and she completely rejected societal norms.
Why shouldn't I collect my rents if no one else can?
Because it's a man's job.
She was quite gender non-conforming, she dressed in this extraordinary way. And she was incredibly brave, and she had a very clear understanding of her own sexuality and wasn't afraid of it and embraced it.
She had a nickname, Gentleman Jack, because of how she looked and the rumours of what she did with women around the area. She existed in a world where the word lesbian didn't exist, and there was no communities, there was no groups, there certainly weren't words like bisexual, gender non-specific, gender fluid. There was nothing like that.
We're starting to allow ourselves to imagine that you are allowed to choose who you love, how you behave, how you dress. And that's what this woman was doing, 200 years ago.
And you do know that I could never marry a man. Not for any reason, under any circumstance. It would be perverse.
Even though she wasn't out as lesbian, she had found a way to navigate her relationships within society, under the radar of society.
Miss Walker, I've heard so much about you lately. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Anne Walker in this story talks a lot about how she was just overwhelmed by Anne Lister, by this extraordinary woman, and was really drawn to her, and I think didn't realise that what she was feeling was the sort of stirrings of love or attraction, because there was no language for it.
When you think of me, you'll feel perfectly safe.
All her family were completely on board with who she was.
Sally's managed to get in the Lister family. Gemma Jones and Tim West. Anything they do is funny.
I did read your Anne's letter, Jeremy.
He was frightening the carrion crows out of the trees so the Norcliffe's gamekeeper could shoot them.
Then he was shot himself.
Stupid bugger.
I'm Anne Lister's aunt, and she just has an intuition for this girl. She loves her and wants her to be happy, and it's a nice relationship.
The funniest scenes, I think, for me, are when I'm with Gemma Whelan.
Hello, Mary.
They fight a lot.
I never eat lunch. You do know that, Marion. We've been having the same conversation for the last 20 years.
They push against each other a lot. They have a lot of conflict, a lot of disagreement about how things should be, but at the heart of it, they do love each other.
It's all well and good being different in York or Paris, but this is Halifax. People talk.
This person existed. This is an actual person in our history. It's amazing that we don't know more about her, but of course that's the beauty of what we're doing and why it's so relevant now, is because she was hidden away. And now we get the chance to celebrate her. And it's taken Sally 20 years to get to this point, and it feels right. She says it feels that this is the right time to celebrate her.